everyone, and welcome to the BPL show. I am Ball Python Love, and tonight's guest is Makayla. Makayla, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hey, this is Makayla at Makayla's Farm. We do mainly ball python feedings and occasionally some chicken videos here and there.
So basic questions like, what got you into reptiles?
Originally, well, my uncle, he always had retics growing up, so I grew up around snakes. And then recently I had started watching the Snake Discovery. And she did one of the live feedings, and I was like, wow, I wish I could see more of that. And I kind of looked up, and was trying to see if I could find any, and I couldn't, so I just decided to go ahead and I went and I bought FedEx, and he was supposed to be a normal, um, but he kind of just like set it off. So now I'm going to pick up my sixth snake here in another week or so.
Okay. Yeah, what's up, HMP, Isaiah, Venom? Thank you for joining. If you guys haven't already, smack that like button. I'd appreciate it. What's up, Mark?
Hey, HMP. Hey, Mark.
So, what other reptile besides what you own would you want to acquire?
Well, I'm going to be picking up a bearded dragon. I was supposed to pick him up last week. He's 2 years old. Other than that, I really just want to stick to the ball pythons for right now. I know Curtis wants to try to, when we move, we're going to try to get a retic python, but we can't have one because we're in Florida. So we have to wait until we move and sell this house, and we'll have to go from there. But for right now, it's just going to be ball pythons. We were looking into getting a Pac-Man frog, but we're going to wait till the next show comes to see if we can get one when we're there.
So about the Pac-Man frogs, any certain kind of requirement on the morph wise?
I honestly have no idea about them. That's why I love y'all's streams, because just watching even y'all's videos, you have a bunch of different snakes and different morphs. My Animal House and Iron Dog, so it's really all like a learning experience for me. I'm still pretty new getting into it and learning all the morphs and everything, because I was one of those people. I thought there was never, all these hundreds of different morphs. I didn't know there were different kinds. I knew you had white ones and, different patterns, but I didn't know there were different kinds. So I'm just now getting into, really learning and figuring out what everything is.
Do you have a racking system for the ball pythons, or do you just use tubs?
I use, for what they stay in tanks. I keep them in the 55-gallon tanks. I have a hut on each side, or a hide, whatever you want to call it. And then normally I have leaves and stuff in it. But when I tried out the, what's it called, the Reptibark or whatever it is, it molded everything, and I had to throw away all the leaves and flowers I had in there. So I'm really having to start over from scratch. But I try to keep them in 55-gallon tanks because they like to explore. Mine in my experience, and I have the room because we don't have any kids or anything. We got 5 dogs and a bunch of chickens. So we can really just fill up the whole house with snakes if we wanted to. So we're just filling up the extra room that we have. But we keep them in the 55-gallon tanks. But I don't have an issue with the tubs. I know a lot of people do, but I don't see why there would be an issue with keeping them in tubs. If they're happy, they're happy.
Yeah, as long as you're taken care of.
Yeah.
Do you ever plan, is this just more of a hobby, or do you plan on breeding?
It's more of a hobby for right now. I do plan on breeding in the future just to get kind of like the experience of having it. But it's not ever something that I was like, I'm going to get into this just to make money on it. It's really just because I enjoy having the snakes. They're great animals to have. People come over and everybody loves them, Um, it wasn't ever about breeding them for me. It would be cool to do it in the future. It'd be a really cool experience to do, but I didn't get into it to breed them.
Hey, what's up, Justin? HMP, yeah. My throat does sound scratchy tonight. Any questions about my channel?
Well, so I know you moved around all your snakes. So are you keeping them in the living room now? Or are you keeping them? Are you turning that one room into just a rat room?
Yeah.
So what's your plan with the rats? Are you gonna like sell them, or are you just breeding more to have more?
More to have. If I come to a point where it's too much, yeah, then I will like sell them. But I'd rather just have more than what I need.
Right. And so how long have you been posting videos on YouTube for?
I want to say about a year and 3 months.
Year and 3 months. So how do you not get any hate comments on your videos? Because I mean, you talk throughout yours, and I mean, I put music behind mine. I mute out the noise of the rat dying, and I still get like terrorized in my comments. Like, what's the key to not getting tore apart?
I just don't know about what the key would be for that. It's more, I don't think YouTube really spreads out my videos enough. I just haven't, I guess, found the right person to cry about my channel, being my feedings and me talking shit. So I haven't found that person yet. I mean, I've gotten a few, but not very much.
Yeah. I get at least 3 on every video. Sometimes I keep them, sometimes I delete them. I mean,
I'll look them up there if they say it. Like, it doesn't bother me. It just adds, see if I can get more comments off of it.
yeah, it gets ridiculous.
Any other questions about my channel or no?
Where do you plan to go with it in the future? Do you plan on like just breeding snakes, or how many do you plan to have in the future? Like, what's your goal?
My goal for the ball pythons is to have as many as I can with the amount of space that I got in the moment of time. So, but if I could easily get about 100 ball pythons, that'd be my stretching point.
Yeah. We'll see. And that'd probably be easier because you breed your own rats. So is it easier buying rats or breeding them? Because I heard some people say that it's like more expensive if you go the breeding route rather than if you would just buy them outright. But I mean, they're like $10.99 a piece now, so they're getting quite expensive.
No, it depends on where you live, and basically, like for me, I'm spending for a small rat like 12 to 14 bucks. So for me to breed my own, instead of spending like $120, $50 a week, I could breed them for like 80 bucks throughout the month. It's just cheaper that way for me. I mean, some places I hear people say like they get them for like $1.50. I'm like, that's crazy. It's not, but not here.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like $10.99 a piece here. I think last week I spent close to $60 just feeding them, and they all eat one rat. Besides the baby eats a mouse.
Do you plan on breeding your rats, or do you have rats?
I have to. Well, we bought a breeding pair of rats, so we're hoping that we can start breeding rats and doing our own. But I have to drive to St. Augustine, which is about an hour and a half there and an hour and a half back. Um, and I go to Pet Supermarket to get them. They're the only places that sell them besides Petco, and Petco don't ever have them. So I go to Pet Supermarket. Nobody else sells them near here, or I really live in the middle of nowhere. Not many people know Satsuma. That's why we moved here. We come from St. Augustine, and it was so busy there and hectic. It was miserable. I mean, there's people everywhere, and we're not really people.
answer a few questions in the chat. Yes, Isaiah, welcome, by the way. If I didn't say hello, Madman, welcome. MKR, welcome. KC, welcome. Moon, welcome. But no course tonight. And there was another one. Yeah, I'm in the living room. No longer, that's a pure, everything's just, it's going to become a rat room. Tonight. How you doing, Madman? So have you been bitten by a snake yet?
No. None of my snakes are mean. I mean, I hold them daily.
What about feeding time? Like, you been bit by the rat yet?
Oh, yeah. I hate rats. That's why, I mean, some people have sympathy for them. I have none. They are nasty. They are mean. I just toss them in and they're good. Because, I mean, people always say they're cute, and then when they're loose in their house, you know, they were wishing they had like 20 snakes to take care of the problem. But yeah, no, all my snakes are friendly. I hold them all the time. And my little male that I have, he's about 6 months old now. He's pretty spicy. Like he'll strike the side of the tank, which I got it on video the other day when I threw the rat in. He struck the side of the tank twice. And sometimes when you lift up his hut, if he's sleeping, like he'll hiss, like he doesn't want to be bothered. But I mean, he bit Curtis one time, but he's never struck at me at all. That's never been a problem.
I have like 8 people say my mic's fucking up. I might actually have to back out and rejoin. I don't know. Have you ever, I'm just curious because you're in Florida, have you ever found a snake in the toilet or sink?
No, that's a big fear though. It's a real big fear. I seen it in a movie when I was a kid. Like, I don't fuck with it. You don't go to the like porta potties. You don't go to them. You know, you don't do it. It's just, there's really not that many. We had, when we first moved out here to Satsuma, I was about to let the dogs out, and Curtis come home from work, and he found it was like 5.5 foot. It was almost as tall as I am, and I'm 6 foot. And it was a rattlesnake. And it was just going across the driveway whenever he pulled in. So that was probably the biggest one we've encountered out here so far. But they're everywhere.
Making sure I got most of the questions. What is your favorite morph, by the way? Your favorite morph on the ball pythons?
I like the clowns, the ones with the high white, like more white than the other pattern. I like those. I don't know much about them. I'm still learning and going. Because most of my snakes that I bought they were labeled as normals. Like he's supposed to be a normal, but he's got a lot of yellows in him. He's the one on the background of my channel. But they were all supposed to be normals. I just enjoy having them. It wasn't ever really about spending a lot of money to get the best one. I just enjoy having them around.
Is there a certain morph you want to acquire for your breeding projects if you do breed?
I mean, maybe more pastels, because I'm thinking that that's what FedEx is, which is what I'm holding. Because I like the yellows in them. Maybe the blue-eyed Lucy's, those are pretty cool. But I mean, other than that, it's just going to be pretty much as I go, and as I see a snake, if I want it, I'm just going to grab it. I'm not really going to pay much attention to what it does. like the male that I'm picking up from Proper Royals in a week, he's normal, but he's like 77% het albino. And the little female that I got right here next to me in the tank, she is het for Ghost and het for, I can't remember, I'd have to look. But so they are hets, but they do look like normals. They're pretty cool.
As for me, I don't know. There's quite a bit of genes I already have, but quite a bit more that I don't have.
Yeah, I don't have as many as you do. I just got him. Well, I got him about a year and a half ago. He was like a baby, and he's almost full grown now. He's pretty big.
How often do you feed? How often do you feed?
I feed him every week, once a week. And I give him a rat. He refused food for like 3 weeks in a row. He went into shed and then he shed and he just kept refusing to eat. So I didn't force it on him. I just waited. And so he ate last week. And then I just waited this week. I didn't feed him again. And so I think I'm going to start going every 2 weeks for him. Because I've always kind of let him pick his own feeding schedule when I first got him. Because I didn't want to overdo it. Being a new snake owner, I didn't want to overdo it. So if I put a mouse in and he took it, you know, it's the end of the day. But if he didn't take it, I'd just wait a few days and put another one in. He kind of decided when he wanted to eat.
Is there a limit on how many ball pythons you want in your collection?
How many ball pythons do I want?
Yeah.
I'd probably say at least 15. Yeah. I mean, until I can get some rats breeding and it'd be a little cheaper on me, we could probably afford to do like 15 of them. But other than that, it's getting way too expensive. Because it was only like $5.99 a rat. And then we went last week and we were like, whoa, what jumped up? And they're like, it's $10.99 a rat now. So something has got to give because it is getting ridiculous.
They're easy to breed.
Yeah. So that's why, because we tried before and the female, she would get big and then she'd get small and she'd get big again. And it just never went anywhere. So we ended up feeding her off and she was real mean anyways to the males. So we ended up feeding her off anyways. And we kind of gave up at that point, but we got to now. Because I mean, we could afford to feed what we have now, but we wouldn't be able to expand and get anything else. Just for, looking for the future wise, if anything happened where we'd be able to take care of every single one of them and not have to stress if they were eating or not eating,
Later, Flexen. You guys haven't already smacked that like button. I appreciate it. Father and son, welcome. Do you have any questions for me?
No. Did you say you had your first clutch already? Or did you say you paired them?
I paired them, no clutch yet.
You paired them. So you don't know yet. How long would it be until you knew? Because I don't know anything about any of that.
30 days, and then she'll go to a shed. And then hopefully she'll give me some eggs.
Yeah. Is this your first time trying?
Yes.
Right. So, and how many eggs do you expect to get out of her doing her first time?
She's been proven out already, so I'm hoping for about 6 to 8.
6
That'd be
days.
nice.
Yeah.
Like to hit a clown out of it.
Yeah, I know tons more about chickens and stuff than snakes. I've been doing for about 1.5 years now. I mean, I grew up around them, holding them, but we really didn't know much about them. Because I mean, the closest thing we had was like the alligator farm in St. Augustine, and they have like 3, 4 snakes there at the time when I was growing up. So there wasn't really much, and there wasn't really, there's a lot of channels out now that I've noticed now that I've started posting videos of it. Like there's a whole community out there that like I didn't even know existed, before I started posting feeding videos and stuff. Like I think it was yours and Jose's. I think did I freeze? No, I think I froze. But it was yours and Jose's live stream was the first one I ever watched. So really getting into the reptile community, it's all a learning experience. Some people are a lot different than others when they run their channels. And I think I've noticed that I've liked the smaller YouTubers, not saying that having less subscribers means anything, but it's like your head's not quite as big, because some of the things I've heard them say, it was like, well, damn, we're all supposed to be a part of the same team here, doing the same thing. And there's always an issue with something,
Yeah.
and we're all trying to get to the same spot.
Is there anyone in the community that, I don't know, that you look up to, I guess? Like,
Well, I would have to say it would probably be Emily over there at Snake Discovery, because that's who I first started watching, and it was really all the different snakes, how she explained it. She dumbed it down because sometimes, I'm retarded. So she made it in a way I could understand. um, and but I mean, she really just like she sparked me getting back into, wanting to have reptiles and starting up in the hobby again, which I mean was really what it should be all about, is inspiring other people to get into the hobby and share the same love, I mean, they're amazing animals to have, and it's crazy that, we're like this close to losing them in Florida. It's going to take like maybe 2 more times of somebody's snakes getting loose in a residential area, and people are going to be protesting again. It's going to be crazy.
that's crazy. But I probably, honestly, like I said, I don't have much time tonight. I probably got like 6 more minutes left. So if there's anything you want to ask or say to anyone that's watching,
Let's see, I haven't even looked at the comments. Hey, Alexis. Yeah, no, I know more about chickens, and I really appreciate everybody in the community, because like I said, it's all a learning experience for me, and everybody is really nice in this community. And I like how everybody kind of bands together to make everybody feel welcome, and a part of the community. Like it doesn't matter if you've been here a week or you've been here, 2 years, everybody gets treated with the same amount of like respect and, welcoming. I mean, I mean, it's an amazing community to be a part of, you know, and I'm happy that I found y'all's stream so I was able to find everybody else. Because it really led to, I've been posting videos for a little over a year now, and I was at like, I think like 20 something subscribers, and I was stuck there. And then I found this community, and then all of a sudden I'm up to 247, you know, and it really feels like it's happened overnight. Like it's been crazy. It really has been.
Yeah, it's a good thing community Iron Dog and Justin built.
Yeah, it's an amazing one.
Just reading comments real quick. No, father and son, I'm good. Just got a headache. No Patty. I haven't seen her minimum. Everyone's saying my audio sucks tonight.
Yeah, I can't. It sounds fine on my end. I can't hear it.
Well, you want to say anything before we end this?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm not a very interesting person.
Well, I appreciate you joining and hanging out, and thank you again.
All right. See y'all next time.